resident Samantha Wall found fatally stabbed on Saturday morning. 40-year-old Wall was found outside of her residence in the 1300 block of Joliet Place in Detroit around 6:30 a.m. That is according to police, who told Fox 2 Detroit, our team there, that she was stabbed multiple times. Now, at this point, the motive for the killing is unknown, and no one is in custody as of last check. Again, this is video from the scene provided by our Fox 2 Detroit team. A lot of different condolences have come in from different lawmakers and other folks who knew Samantha very well. I want to bring in Michigan Senator Stephanie Chang to talk more about Samantha. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Well, first off, can you start by telling me about Samantha Wall?
Sure. Yeah. Thank you for the opportunity to talk about Sam. Sam was amazing. She was endlessly positive. She had such a big, big heart and just the most beautiful smile. She really loved her family. She loved Detroit. She loved her faith. She was really passionate about social justice and equity, and just so smart, really creative, an amazing, supportive friend. And we went to college together, and she also helped out on every single one of my campaigns and was actually my campaign manager for the last one. But, you know, she really knew how to make everyone feel included and valued. And she was the president of the downtown synagogue. She was a co, but also she was really a friend to so many people. I keep hearing from people about how they just recently talked to her, had coffee or lunch with her, and how she was helping them in some way, making a connection for them, and just constantly just doing everything that she could to make a difference for people.
And that's kind of what we've been hearing. Our Fox 2 Detroit team has been covering this, and they've been speaking with local officials there, lawmakers, and people who just knew Samantha and knew her well. When was the last time that you saw her, and what was that interaction like?
Yeah, so I actually saw her on Friday evening. We were both at a wedding of our friends Miriam and Jake, and so I got a chance to we sat next to each other at dinner. She was happy, she was having fun. We talked about how she was excited about her new job. I asked how things were going at the synagogue, as well as in Lafayette Park at her neighborhood where I actually used to live as well. And when I said goodbye to her as I was leaving the wedding, she was actually chatting with the couple that was sitting next fast, and we're deep in conversation. So, you know, it was a good interaction. My last memories of her will always be really happy and positive.
How did you find out what happened? I know that word circulated rather quickly on social media, but how did you find out? Yeah, so I was in the middle of shuttling the kids around to a number of things, and I missed about 5 or 6 phone calls within the span of like a half hour or so. And so I quickly knew something was going on. So I called my friend back, who was her neighbor, and she's the one who told me the news, and I was just completely shocked. So a lot of yesterday was spent on the phone, grieving with others, but also really trying to help her mom, in touch with law enforcement, and just all of us honestly are still so shocked and really, I think, still processing. It's been pretty terrible. What impact would you say that Samantha had on the community as a whole, from the Jewish community to others just in the Detroit area? Yeah, no, thanks for asking. You know, she was the president of the downtown synagogue, so she was definitely a big leader in the Jewish community, specifically in Detroit. The synagogue, actually, they just did an amazing renovation of the synagogue, and it's really, really beautiful. So that will be her lasting impact, because she was a key leader in that renovation effort. But honestly, the most lasting impact, I think, is going to be not just the physical renovation, but
represented by what that space is. It's a gathering place, a community space, not just for Jews, but also for Detroiters, for the community. So her impact will always be there, physically, but also for all of us who knew her or were just lucky to be her friend. She made an impact on every single one of us by constantly making a difference for her community, and really just all of her passion for making a difference for everyone.
What does it mean to you, as someone who knew her fairly well there, to see the outpouring and support from community members who are showing their love for her?
Yeah, it's actually been really heartwarming. Obviously we're all just still so shocked and still processing, but one of the things that has been really, really wonderful is hearing everyone's stories about Sam, and everyone had some type of personal interaction with her that made them a better person. Everyone has such great stories of how she made them feel so welcome when they first met her, or how some recent interaction where they were instantly making some new connection about how to make the world a better place. And everyone just has such great stories and memories of Sam. So it's been really, really amazing to hear all of those stories. And I know that I think a lot of us will continue to be gathering and continuing to support one another and support the family, first of all, of course, because her family, I think, is really, obviously in mourning, and we all want to be there for the family.
And my last question for you, Senator, I don't know if you even want to answer this question right now, but what questions do you hope could be answered soon about what happened?
Yeah, and it's an important question, actually, because a lot of people have questions. I think, a lot of people are seeking answers about what happened. I think people want to know who was the perpetrator and also why. I have been in contact with multiple law enforcement agencies. I feel really, really confident that they're running a very thorough investigation. They've got some really great homicide detectives that have been working on this. I think it's really important that people let the law enforcement officials do their jobs and complete a thorough investigation. But I know that we are all really eager to learn more. But in the meantime, I think all of us just really want to focus on supporting the family and, lifting up all of our wonderful